What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Got some information on Mikey Garcia. As you know, he was last seen getting washed by Errol Spence in Dallas, Texas, AT&T Stadium. Got some information on him. As you know, he said he's going to make an announcement September 14th. That's the same day of the Tyson Fury Otto Wallen fight. So a lot of people speculating that maybe he might sign with Top Rank. I don't think that really has anything to do with as far as Top Rank go. I think it has a lot to do with the date. September 14th is Mexican Independence Day. As you know, last May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, Mikey Garcia did an exhibition with Eric Morales, the Hall of Fame fighter and now trainer of Jaime Munguia, the former WBO junior middleweight champion that's moving up to middleweight. I think it's going to be something to that effect for September 14th. Either he's announcing he's going to be doing a card. He's going to announce a card on that date, a card that he's promoting. You know, not on that date, but somewhere at the end of 2019, he's going to announce that card on that September 14th date that he's promoting. Or maybe he's announcing another exhibition fight. But I think it's more toward the latter, that he's going to, on that date, he's going to announce that he's promoting a card sometime toward the end of 2019. Now, when I looked at Mikey Garcia as far as his next opponents go, I started looking around. I said, let me look and see if he's ranked in the lightweight 135. Nope. Looked in the WBA rankings. No Mikey Garcia. Looked in the WBC rankings. No Mikey Garcia. As you know, he was a former WBC lightweight champion. Looked in the WBO rankings. No Mikey Garcia. Not surprised. You know, that's Top Rank. And then I looked in the IBF rankings. No Mikey Garcia. Okay, then I strolled on down to the 140-pound division, you know, as he beat Sergey Libinets for the IBF junior welterweight title. Check the IBF rankings. No Mikey Garcia, nowhere in their rankings. Check the WBC rankings. No Mikey Garcia. Check the WBO rankings. No Mikey Garcia. Check the WBA rankings. No Mikey Garcia. Then I strolled on down to the 147 pounds weight class. Check the WBC. You know, he was a former champion of WBC lightweight champion. He fought Errol Spence for at 147 pounds for Errol Spence IBF belt. But I checked the WBC rankings at 147 pounds. No Mikey Garcia. Check the WBO rankings. No Mikey Garcia. Check the IBF rankings. Surely gonna be there. He beat Sergey Libinets for the IBF belt, as I stated earlier. He fought Errol Spence for his IBF belt. Got beat, but never knocked out. Got washed. With nowhere in the rankings of the IBF. Then I checked the WBA rankings, where Manny Pacquiao is now the full WBA welterweight champion. Lo and behold, there Mikey Garcia ranked number 6 in the WBA rankings. And then let me give you a list of the people that are ahead of him, the fighters that are ahead of him. Number 5 is Keith Thurman. Okay. I think number 4 was I know Thurman was number 5. I know the top 2, let me go from 1 to 6. But Mikey Garcia was ranked number 6 in the WBA. Number 1, they had number 1 and number 2 went to 2 foreign fighters. 2 foreign fighters, guy named Bustapev. I think he's with Top Rank. I'm not sure. It was him and a fellow countryman. I'm not going to even begin to pronounce his name. But those were the top 2 rankings. 2 European fighters. One guy named Bustapev. He fights, I think, for Top Rank. And they had another guy from the same country as Bustapev from. They were number 1 and number 2. The number 3 guy was Ugas. Number 4 guy was Danny Garcia. Number 5 guy was Keith Thurman, and number 6 guy is Mikey Garcia. Now let me put this puzzle together for you guys. Now, them 2 European fighters at number 1 and number 2, Bustapev and his buddy at 1 and 2, they both got like 23 combined professional fights. One of the guys I think is 11-0, the other guy is 12-0. Those 2 guys, by right, should be ordered to fight for the vacant WBA regular belt. As you know, when Manny Pacquiao defeated Keith Thurman, he became the WBA full welterweight champion. And his regular belt that he had, that he won off Matisse, became vacant. He don't know. It ain't like he got both belts now. He's the full champion. He don't have a regular belt, so the regular belt is vacant. So by right, the number 1 versus number 2 guy should be fighting for that vacant belt. That'd be Busavev versus his fellow countryman at number 2. But them 2 guys, as you know, with a lot of those European fighters, they don't like really fighting each other. You know, fellow countrymen, they rather fight other fights, other countrymen for other countries. You know, Latino fighters, African American fighters. You know, anybody but people from their own country. So don't look for Busavev to fight his fellow countrymen as the top 2 fighters ranked in the WBA. So that fight's not going to. I think if WBA ordered those 2 to fight, they won't fight. At number 3 is Ugas. Ugas is mandatory for Errol Spence in the IBF. So I think he's going to sit back and wait for Errol Spence fight. I think he'll decline to fight for that vacant belt. Number 4 is Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is in the running for Manny Pacquiao fight in early 2020. He's not the front runner, but I think he's probably one of the options. I think the front runner for that fight is obviously Errol Spence versus Sean Porter winner fighting Manny Pacquiao. But he still is in the running. If Manny Pacquiao doesn't choose that winner, I think Danny Garcia is next in line for that fight. So he's going to decline right now to fight for the WBA vacant belt. Number 4. Number 5 is Keith Thurman. Keith one-time Thurman. You know, the guy that was always saying he wanted tune-ups. He wasn't ready to fight Errol Spence or Sean Porter or Danny Garcia. But I'll fight Manny Pacquiao because I'm going to make a whole lot of money, a whole buku of money. I'll fight him. Then once I fight him and lose, I'm going back on my tune-up tour, and that's what's going to happen to him. He's not fighting no more this year, and when he do come back, he's going to be wanting to take a tune-up. So he's probably going to decline the fighting for the WBA regular vacant belt. And guess behold, number 6 is Mikey Garcia. Do you think Mikey Garcia would turn down a chance to win another world title in a different weight class? No matter if it's not the full welterweight title belt, it's the regular. He still could stake his claim as being multi-division world champion, being champion at lightweight, being champion at junior welterweight, and then being champion at welterweight, even though it's a regular belt. He could make that claim to fame, just like Canelo Alvarez when he knocked out Rocky Fielding. He claimed that, and Rocky Fielding was a super middleweight regular champion. He beat him, and he claimed that they claimed, and Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya and everybody claimed that that Canelo had catching another belt at a different weight class, and they called him a multi-division champion, and he claimed that belt as another division conquered. So that's the same thing Mikey could do. So don't be surprised. It's just what I'm hearing. Don't be surprised if Mikey Garcia fight for the WBA regular belt, maybe against one of those, maybe against somebody that's ranked behind him. Or if the top 2 guys fight Busavev and the guy that's his countryman declines to fight Busavev because they're both from the same country. And like I said, a lot of those guys like Usyk and those guys don't want to fight fellow countrymen. I'm surprised they even actually made that Gostic Beterbiev fight, but I think they're from a different country. But Gostic is not in no hurry to fight guys from from the old nation of Russia. The old the old Hurricane. You never see Triple G fighting anybody from Kazakhstan. Not that they've got great fighters from there, but if they did, you wouldn't be seeing Triple G fighting them. So a lot of those guys don't like to fight fellow countrymen. They rather fight other competition, other fighters from different countries. USA, like I say, African Americans. You got the Latino fighters from the Latino nations, and some that fight here in the United States. They rather fight those guys. And I think maybe Busavev and the guy that's ranked number 2 from the same country, maybe they don't fight each other, but maybe the second guy declines to fight, and Busavev stays at number 1, and maybe you get Mikey Garcia versus Busavev for the WBA welterweight regular belts. So that's just what I'm speculating on Mikey Garcia, man. He's going to make an announcement September 14th, but I found it very, very curious that he's ranked number 6 in the WBA, and everybody ahead of him got chances to get other fights. And if ordered to fight for the vacant belt, they might decline that, and they might leave the door open for Mikey Garcia, ranked number 6, to fight for that vacant belt. Who he will fight remains to be seen. Might be somebody ranked behind him if everybody ahead of him decline it, it could be somebody that's ranked 7 through 15 that he could fight for the vacant belt. If not, he could fight somebody, one of the top 2 ranked guys. Whichever one declines to fight for the vacant belt, one of them decline, they get together, whatever, fellow countryman, Boosterfed, he's number 1. He tells the guy that's up under him to decline it. They meet, and the guy at number 2 declines to fight for the WBA regular belt. That'll open the door for, they'll just go down to 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if 3, 4, 5 is declined, that'll just open the door for Danny Garcia at number 6 to fight for the WBA regular belts. So we'll see what happens, man. But that's the only thing, that's the only division Mikey Garcia is ranked in. He's not ranked at 135 or at 140 in any of the sectioning bodies. Only sectioning body he's ranked in is at WBA, and he's ranked the number 6, and the WBA has a vacant WBA regular belt that's vacant. And don't be surprised you hear something soon about them lining up some fights, 2 fighters to fight for their vacant belt. So we'll see what happens, though. That's just my 2 cents on the situation. We'll see what Mikey Garcia announces on September the 14th, and we'll see what he announced in the coming days, coming weeks about his plans on what he's going to do. He's going to fight at 135, 140, or 147. Yeah, you heard it here first, though. I think it's going to be 147 and he's ranked in the WBA. And I think if everything goes right, he's going to be fighting for the WBA regular belt against a ranked opponent. I don't know who that opponent will be. You got 5 people ahead of him. You got 5 different scenarios. So we'll just see how it plays out. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.